This time on Woody's Garage, we fix some old screw-ups.
Alright, a few upgrades since the last video. I put the chain guard on, and I put that, I cut that out of a receipt because I thought it was a cool looking logo. We got it attached here, and I made a bracket. I'll show you. Right there, which bolts to this stabilizer on the jack shaft. Now, because it was kind of long, you know, it wasn't really giving me a problem, but I just think this adds stability. I got a nut like on both sides, so you just leave it tight so that it stays the same, so it's not going to wander back and forth, hopefully. Yeah, I found the clutch, the choke handle, and I tried to tap what was left over with a screwdriver and a hammer, and I don't think I had much luck, so I put a little bit of Duco cement, which is just like, you know, regular cement. Hopefully that'll hold it. If it falls off, well, we'll deal with that later. Otherwise, I think we're in pretty good shape. I put this on for a cap for now since we don't use this tank. I just wired this thing on. It goes under the tangs underneath there, so it doesn't look, you know, I don't know, it's a little more complete, I guess, with that on there. Might even hold gas, I don't know. Probably will slosh out though through here, I would think. Be fun to refill it like that, right? Alright, we're back on this ugly old mini bike today, and I came across these things. Let's see, headphones, lobby select cassette, and lobby monitor level. Yeah, they'll work good on a mini bike. What these were they were bracket ears for rack equipment. It was a mixer that sat in a rack, and I took these off of the mixer long ago, and I don't even have the mixer. I gave it away. Let's see, what did it cost me? $21 or is it $219? Didn't cost me that much. But I thought these were perfect for this seat thing because I can drill a hole in them. They'll sit right there. I can trim down the edges, and they come out just about the right length. So I think I'm going to drill a hole in them and kind of see how they mount up. You got a hole drilled. You can see that the sides aren't totally even there, but that's how they welded in that centerpiece there. So my plan would be to, you know, chamfer off the side here so it doesn't, you know, it's not a hazard. Let these come out. Probably bolt them together here. Probably put another bolt through here, you know, or some kind of clamp or something. You know, drill right about there, have it come up to here, so that when you sit here, you know, not all the pressure is up here. But I kind of like the angle of it. Let me grab the seat. Oh, by the way, I've been working on the Honda tank, trying to get it smooth, and I'll tell you, I'm not much of a body man, but it's getting there. You know, you still see little dents like that. And, you know, when I sand, I can't tell what's high and what's low on it. I'm sure it's going to show up in the final paint job, but, well, by final, I mean my final paint job. If I sell the thing, somebody else will probably do a better paint job on it. You know something? That'll be a lot of support. More than I actually, you know, was going to get the other way. You know, if I cut these down so they don't look so crummy. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, the cutting wheel set my sweatshirt on fire. Didn't know it would do that. Yeah, because I cut off these pieces here. They look a little better. They don't look great, but they look better. You see, I cut out this piece of plywood So I want to mount this more to the metal, and then this, the seat, to this, because there's probably only a thin piece of plywood in here. I'm gonna have to screw into this thing, and the screws can't be too long, or they go right into your ass, because this isn't much of a cushion here. I also gave these a quickie black paint job in the back here so that you don't notice them as much. It was funny. I came in and I took the seat off to do the template, and the whole bike did a endo. Everything went flying. I'm missing one spacer. I can't seem to find it for the back wheel. I found that one. I don't know where the other one is. It'll turn up, I think. And the my zip-tied engine plate broke off. I got this piece of pipe. I squished the end so that it will fit in for a foot peg. Drill it out, cut it off about yay, and we'll have to angle the inside so they can fold up. That's not the final nut and bolt I'm going to put in there. That's pretty small, but I didn't have anything that was big enough and long enough. But they don't fold up as of now, but you know, it's like, I'm so glad I put them on, because now I'll walk by in the dark and get hit right in the gonads with that thing. Alright, we're back to looking at the Nova Roma today. Why? There's a few things that are wrong with it after I finished the build. Mainly, the alignment was wrong, so I made this plate, the engine alignment to the sprocket, to compensate, to move it over. If you can see, that bolt right there is where I want this one to be. So, or vice versa. I need to drill a hole where this is. You can see the slot down there. So I gotta make some grooves. I was reluctant to do it, but now I think I'm gonna do it. And the other issue that I still haven't addressed is that tire is too small. That sprocket just digs right in when I go around a corner. So I've been looking for a bigger tire. And I put this brace in. I'd have to take that out if I got the bigger tire. That's not a big deal. So in order for me to pursue what I want to do today, I gotta pull this whole thing apart. It was all set up, ready to go. So, all those zip ties down the drain. It's far easier to unmount the band brake from here than undoing the cable, taking off the lever and everything. Also, I made some bullet connectors to take off the kill wire. That's good, thinking ahead. Okay, we got the 4 bottom mounting bolts that mount this plate to the frame, so we should be able to pull the engine right out of there. It really only took me a half an hour. I don't know why I complain so much. It's off. And we got to get this ingenious engine mounting plate off. Won't be hard, and you know, because of the holes I drilled, that'll be the alignment when I mark it on the engine plate. Here's a plate. You can see the 2 sets of holes. To get the other one to bolt down to the plate, I had to put a bigger nut on here that doesn't thread, just for the spacing, and then the engine would sit on this. I mean, it was yeah, it worked. It was clever, but it was awful. Now another thing I'm noticing is how oily this is. And this thing in the back has one of these, but it doesn't feel that oily, so I might gotta have a bad gasket someplace. I made some reference scratches. I had done the same in this plate. Those are the original holes. Those are the ones I drilled. So I gotta find out. Yeah, that looks like it's off, but that one looks like it's on. So I should measure from that side to the center here to get the spacing. And also, what I want to do is I'd like to drill first with a small drill bit, you know, like maybe 6 holes or something like that. Then go up a size and go up a size and go up a size till I'm almost like this slot, so there's a minimum of filing and the drill does most of the work. Okay, here was something I was worried about. That's how wide the slot's got to be. And you see how close it's getting to the old slot. There's not much meat there. So I just marked that. This is my first screw up because I measured from there rather than there. This measures 3/4. It was kind of lumpy and bumpy and thin. I said, oh, I'll cut a new piece. A new piece, this is debasing the dollar again, is 11/16. That's 3/4. So I measured with 11/16, thinking this was the same as this. Got the pilot holes. Okay, that's what we got now. The Harbor Freight cordless drill farted out, of course. The batteries don't last, so I've been using this one. And it's too long, so I gotta go in at an angle, you know, like this, because there's no room for the whole drill in there. So the final drill, I'm gonna wait for the Harbor Freight again and go up to the 3/8 size here. Seems to fit that hole, and that should work out really well. It's right to that line, you know. They should almost connect. Yeah, some are off a little bit, but not bad. Well, I decided to get some batteries for this scooter here, since it seems to kind of work. So I got a pair from this company on eBay. Maybe I can put a listing down below if I remember. They were 2 for $29 shipped. And here they are. I just gave them a charge on my charger, on this charger, and they charged up. So now I need to make some connectors. These seem to fit pretty tight, although they're kind of cheesy connectors. And we'll open this up and get the old batteries out and put on the connectors. That's some hefty wire there. Those connectors are so rinky-dink. And I'll tell you, they don't give you a lot of excess slack either. So I'm gonna have to cut these off and put on the new connectors. So that's what the connection looks like. It's soldered right to a little post there. We're just gonna snip it right there. I wanted to see how much I could keep. Yeah. So these are pretty damn thick wires, and I'll tell you, a hole in these, it like you can squeeze it in there. But I don't like these connectors. I don't think they're really up for the job, but it's all I got. And I bet if I go down to the auto parts store, you're not going to get, you'll probably just get these. I got these too. I bought these, I think, specifically for my Honda, because they're an odd size, but they fit too. And they hold a thicker wire, but the clasp is kind of like, is it going to hold the wire? So I'm thinking of soldering these. You pre-solder the wire so that you get solder throughout the wires, and then it makes a much better connection. Okay, we got them all soldered. Some came out better than others, but it's on there. It would have been nice to put a piece of shrink wrap, but I don't have any on here, so I guess we have to use the crappy nowadays electrical tape. Okay, that's how we're taping them down. And let's see. Let's turn it on. Ooh. Okay, the back wheel's got some freedom there. Let's see what happens. That's about as weak as the other one. Fully charged up. That should go. That should do it. Seems to work. I'm going to take it out to the Weymouth Air Base. It's not abandoned, but they're like redeveloping it, and there's all these runways and stuff. You can take bicycles and stuff out. I'm going to see if it's okay to take this thing out there until the cops get me or something. I wanted to bring my mini bikes out there, but I think I get caught pretty quick. Maybe I'll take some footage of that later. The upside down. Yep, the Harbor Freight drill let me down again, so I had to flip it upside down to drill these out. This one's getting pretty close to the tube here, but I think we can get a nut in there. We're up to the second largest hole, and we're almost have gotten rid of that material, so one more drilling round and we should be close. This is not as fun as it looks. On my third drill, another piece of junk. Well, I knocked the rest through with a cold chisel, just pounded it through. Let's see if we can get a file in there. Brother, whole lot of filing going on now. Not bad. It's the only one that gets hung up, and it's not one of the ones I drilled. Everything else is fine. Yeah, it's not bad. At this point, I was kind of thinking of maybe welding in this pipe, but at the same time, I'm thinking about maybe putting in pegs about here instead, where I kind of like them better than there. And I haven't really made my mind up on that, so I think we're going to leave it as it is for now and mount up the engine. Yeah, the alignment looks good. This is going to be a problem here.